Welcome, Aquarius, to your reading. This reading is called The Four Winds, or Draw in a Cross. It is an ancient reading. For anyone who is familiar with the Tarot de Marseille, I believe they're still in circulation. I think that the booklet that comes with it might make reference to this, or at least they sometimes did. There's a man, Vincent Petisci, I think his name is. He still runs a really good YouTube channel. He doesn't do readings, for people, but he does. He teaches tarot, and I saw him once doing one of these spreads, so we're going to do it for you. I'm really excited about it. I'm also going to use a regular deck of playing cards to clarify if we need to. This is a technique that was used by a woman named Mary Ann Lenormand. And yes, she's the person that that people named the Lenormand decks after. She lived in the 1700s, and I'm sure you've heard of Napoleon Bonaparte, the wonderfully successful French military leader who won an enormous number of battles during the French Revolution. And, of course, his techniques are taught and studied in military schools all over the world. Well, guess who he consulted with on a daily basis? A psychic, a card reader, Mary Ann Lenormand, who lived in the late 1700s. I'm guessing that that's not taught in military school. So one of the techniques that she used was she had a regular deck of playing cards that she used to clarify, and that's what we're going to use here. Here is a regular deck of playing cards that we're going to use if we get into trouble. All right, so Aquarius, here we go. So we're connecting with Spirit now, please. What we have here, we have the minor arcana in my right hand. I get my left and right mixed up all the time. We have the minor arcana here. We have the major arcana here. And you'll see that I'm going to do this reading exactly according to the methods that were used in the 1700s with this ancient spread, we'll call it. All right, so for the astrological sign of Aquarius, please, this is for everybody who was born on or between January 21 and February 19 of any year. January 21 and February 19 of any year. Aquarius, please, fixed air. Fixed air. For fixed air, please. Now, so we need 4 placements first. We need a placement for thoughts, for thinking. So we are going to use, we're going to count from the top down from the major arcana. We're going to let Spirit decide which card should be there. What does Aquarius need to have in this position, please, to advance them into their highest possible state of happiness and peacefulness and joy? Spirit, please. What should be in the thought position for Aqua from the major arcana? Okay, so we've got 4. 4. So we're going to take the 4th card off the top of this deck. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be it. Don't know what that is yet. We shuffle this a little bit so Spirit is aware that I'm moving the cards around. Oops. Shall not let that fall. I think I have these upside down, but anyway, let's try it like that. All right. Okay, so Spirit, we need to know now what should be in the cups position or the feeling position. So that will be right here from the major arcana. Can you please count from top down? What does Aquarius need to have in this position to advance them to their highest level of happiness, abundance, and peace? 4 again. Wow. This is quite the reading. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one will go there. All right, now Spirit is aware that I'm rearranging the cards. Spirit is aware of this. Okay, Spirit, we are now going to fill up the spirit, literally, or passionate position. What does Aquarius need to see in this position, please, to advance them for their highest good, starting from top down on the major arcana? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, 9. This is really cool. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will be the 9th card right there. Okay, now Spirit is aware that I'm joggling the cards around again. Just going to make sure that the tape is running for a moment. Just a moment. I can't see the camera right now. Just going to make sure it's still running. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, so Spirit, knowing that we have rearranged these cards, what does Aquarius need to see in the area of the physical world? So this will be this area. Spirit, please give us a number, counting from top to down on the major arcana, please. This is the last card the Spirit will be choosing. Thank you, Spirit, for their highest good, for their highest happiness, so that they can enjoy this life, please. 3. Okay. Here we go. So there's 1, there's number 2, and here's the card, 3. Put it there, okay? Okay, now, if we need to clarify anything, we're going to use either this deck or we're going to use the Marianne Lenormand approach, all right? So just give me a moment. So I'm looking at what's in your thoughts, Aqua. Wow. Is this tape actually running? Okay, so actually my heart is pounding right now. You're actually doing what you should be doing. You are healing. This is an incredible position. I don't know why I'm thinking right now of there are 8 stars here. Okay, in total. 1 is a biggie, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I don't know why I am immediately being drawn to I can't even remember what they call it. It's from Buddhism, the right ways of thinking, right view, right intention, the right speech, the right action, the right livelihood, the right effort, the right mindfulness, and the right concentrating. I may have some of those wrong, I'm not sure, but perhaps you could look it up on the internet after this is over with, but I think that is an incredibly reinforcing message. I know some of you were asking about relationships. I just believe that whatever you've done or whatever you're doing right now, you've taken all of that into consideration. Okay? Let's just clarify with a regular playing card, and because it might give you an idea as to whom it is in relation to whom it relates. All right, Spirit, please tell me when to stop, please. Okay. And right now. Okay. Wow. I really don't know what to say about this, actually. I have a lot to say. That is the 4 of Wands. Clubs are wands. W-A-N-D-S. I think that the message here is that that is obviously Venus in Aquarius. It's total stability and happiness and love. I believe that you know, although some of you and maybe thinking, well, my relationship is in a mess, or my love life is in a mess, or I've got this one specific problem, we just can't seem to pull this together, or, you know, there's all these third parties. Never mind. Look at this. All right? And just go back to those 8 principles, okay, in your 8 stars there, okay? Wow. All right, so next we are to go to this position, which is the cups, or the feeling position. Let's look at how you're feeling, okay? Wow, swords. All right. It's interesting because this is not a feeling. This is not a feeling. It's a knowing. Obviously, this is the Hermit. This is someone who has been through every single, I mean, he's been through many lifetimes. And he teaches, how does this relate to feelings? Give me a moment. I believe that you feel that you know you are right, but I also think I have to go back to feelings. What do you love? What do you feel? You perhaps cannot love or feel until you connect with someone, you know, on this level. You probably need someone who has been through hell and back. I'm feeling that's what's it. And you have knowledge to share. You have knowledge to share. This star in the lantern, it is a 6-pointed star. It is not your star. It is a 6-pointed star. It is the Star of David. It is Solomon's seal of wisdom. You are guided by it. Perhaps there's your feelings are guided by your wisdom. I think that's the message here. Your feelings are guided by your wisdom. I'm going to clarify. Now, the number 9. I'm just going to think about the Tree of Life for a moment. That is Yesod, or on the Tree of Life. That's where the Hermit is. It's right before you get to Malkut, before things materialize. Let's clarify, Aqua. Now, I just picked up the deck and something was just left there, so I'm going to use it. Wow, yeah. So this is interesting. That's the Queen of Cups. This does have to do with, there's a connection here between wisdom and love. I'm not sure what it is. It could be that no matter what's happened, the person that you love the most has been guided by you. No matter how much they've fooled up, they've been guided by you. And they may be trying to get to you. Your lover may be, you know what I'm feeling? They may be trying to get to you. Obviously, you could be involved with the Virgo. If you are involved with the Virgo, this is a beautiful connection. But a Virgo could be trying to understand you, Aqua. He may feel, or she may feel, that you're in that lantern and they just can't get to you. Someone with all this knowledge and they can't get to you. Anyway, in the Cups position, there is a huge connection with your feelings and wisdom, all right? I feel like that that is a hint here, all right? All right, we may clarify further in a moment. Okay, there's a really neat way of getting to this outcome, by the way. I think you'll be really happy with it. We're now going to go on to the Spirit or the Passion position. And this is it right here, okay? Wow. Holy moly. I don't know what to say about you guys. I believe that what you are passionate about is advancement. Advancement into the next dimension, and that so makes sense for Aquarius. Advancing. It is your passion. So there is maybe you have a passion to end something and to begin something. It's what is driving you right now, is the world. Can you imagine? This is, I mean, it's the highest point of ascension. You do realize that the card that comes after this, this is the last card of the major arcana. The next one is you, the Fool. So it could be that you are at the end of something, the end of a cycle, or perhaps you are at the end of your rope, or at the end of a relationship, and you are ready. You are so ready. You have a passion to go into the next cycle. And you know what? It's not going to be painful, because this is the world. This is not the Wheel of Fortune, where you get banged and tossed around when it turns. This is where you are safe in the center. You're safe in the center. I think I'm going to clarify, okay, with a card, the way that Marianne Lenormand did it. Spirit, can you please give us a card to clarify this passion position? And thank you. There it is right there. Oh, wow. Oh my, this is quite a reading. Talk about passion. That is passion right there. The Eight of Rods, the Eight of Wands. I think that you have some incoming communication that you are going to be very passionate about. That is movement, travel, speed, communication. The speed of the communication is imminent, so in other words, it's now. All right. All right. So the next card is in the physical world. It's what's in the physical world here. Wow. So this is generally what is going to manifest. And it's in the physical world. This is the ultimate instability, is all I can say. You know, it relates to the Four of Wands. It relates to number 4, chesed, gratuitous giving on the Tree of Life. All fours relate to the number 4 on the Tree of Life, chesed. It is a very giving point on the Tree of Life. But the incredible thing here is, no matter what kind of a situation you're in right now, what's going to materialize in your life? Stability. All right? Now, let's see if we can get a card to clarify that from Lenormand, from Marianne Lenormand, even though she's not with us in this physical world right now. Can we give Aqua a hint as to what this could mean? I'm just going to stop right there. Wow. So this is the Knight of Diamonds. This would be the Knight of Stones. This is the Knight of Pentacles. This is long. This is it's a marriage proposal. It's a long-term stable offer. What a beautiful card to have in your I'm just blown away by this reading, by the way, in your materialized world. Now, I'm going to pause the tape for a moment, because there is a way to calculate the final card, and I'm not super good at math, so I'm just going to pause it so I can sort it out, and I'll explain to you when I restart the tape what I'm doing. One moment, Aqua. Okay, everyone. So here's how we get the final card, okay? The conclusion of this reading. And it's quite amazing, actually. So what we do is we add up the numerical value of these major arcana, and we reduce it down to a single digit number. So we've got the Star, which is card number 17. We are recording, yes we are. 17 plus 4 plus 9 plus 21. Okay, and it gives us 51. And so with the 5 and the 1, we combine that, and it gives us 6. What does that mean? So that means that we now look to Major Arcana card number 6. Okay? And that is the Lovers. Now, I have a, on the break, I thought I dug out a better version, a better card, so you can see it. I'm going to hold it up, of the Lovers, because there's some important things that I wanted to mention about this. First of all, this reading could very much be about a choice, all right? And in the old Tarot de Marseille Lover's card, there was a man choosing between a number of women, and so it was about a choice. But I still think that this reading is about a choice. I'm going to point out, first of all, just some of the basic meanings that this could have in relation to you. First of all, you know, if you're in a bad situation, your relationship is in ruins and someone has chosen somebody else and you can't figure out why, it could be because they made the wrong choice. The main quote that Edward Arthur Waite had for this card was very strong. It was, to deny a spiritual connection is wrong. I mean, it's a very sobering message. When I look at this card, I often think of, you know, the woman who was, the man who was really in love with her chose somebody else because the other person, the other woman had money, you know, or she was, or because of he was social climbing and she had social standing. And so the one that he really loved, he, you know, didn't get chosen. Well, there will be heavy-duty karma for him to pay. Usually what ends up happening is the tower will happen to him. But as you can see, this is about a choice. There's some very basic things about this card. You could be dealing with a Virgo or a Gemini, obviously, okay? It's about making the right spiritual choice. Sometimes, often, there is a mountain between you. In other words, the other person may be married. You may be married to a karmic, you know, and you know that the best thing to do is to end it lovingly and go to the person that you really love. We have Archangel Raphael here. And there is a quote about Archangel Raphael. I'm sorry that I have to walk across the room to read it out because I can't seem to print it off. It says, the Archangel Raphael not only heals the mind, body, and spirit, he also represents divine wisdom and provides guidance when one most needs it. The latter, too, is especially important since the Lover's card is also the card of grand, life-altering decisions and choices. Now, some of the other important things that I want to point out about this card are the Indian, and my Indian audience, my Indian subscribers might be able to help me out with this. There are some incredibly important mudras or hand gestures in this card, particularly, first of all, the ones being used by Archangel Raphael. I want you to notice Archangel Raphael's hands and the woman's hand gesture. Okay, it's sort of an open hand gesture. I believe it's called Abheya, and it means do not fear. Okay. It's the angel may also be using the hand gesture of Varada. It's a little more open, which means fulfillment of all wishes. It's a gesture of charity. Okay. Now, what's interesting is in the Lovers, he's using sort of a closed hand gesture, kind of like a flag, okay? It's kind of closed, you know, and she's kind of saying to him, do not fear, that with her abheya. His hand gesture there is sort of wanting to touch, and she's saying, do not fear. Another interesting thing is that she's looking to spirit, she's looking to the angel, wondering if it's spiritually correct. He's looking to her, he's looking at the apple tree, you know, and he's looking at the serpent, you know. So what's happening there is he is being tempted by the physicals there. She's looking to spirit. Now, I cannot stop here without comparing this to the Devil card, because, you know, these cards are so similar. Just look at the two people. We've got a woman and a man, a woman and a man. There's sort of, I'll talk about how they're reaching out to each other. There's a lover here. We've got Archangel Raphael in the middle of our woman and man here. but we've got our goat devil here with his hairy legs. I just want to point out that what could happen, when the wrong choice is made by the man, sometimes if he chooses a lover because of physicality or temptation for money, he ends up here, okay? And here the devil says, with this hand gesture, and if I could have one of my Indian subscribers help me out with the name of that, but what I do know that it means, it's the Spock gesture, what you see is all there is. In other words, it's just sex, it's just money, that hand gesture that the man is using in the devil is the serpent head. It's and her hand sort of is down, not wanting to take, the serpent head. But with the lovers, she's saying, do not fear. His hand gestures kind of stop. I just want to touch you. The angel's hand gestures are the same. Do not fear. So I believe, and also, this card is related to ferret on the tree of life, which enables us to harmonize, the ability to empathize, the ability to be harmonious. All the kings are related to this, point on the tree of life. I believe that what you are doing, excuse me, is making a choice, or perhaps you're suffering the ramifications of a choice, or someone has made a choice about you. But Aqua, I do believe that you, no matter what, are in this situation where you are always erring on the side of spirituality. So it matters not if someone has made the wrong choice about you, if they failed, to make the correct choice. As long as you know, as long as you can look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and know that you did your best, that you made the right choice, that you made the right spiritual choice, nothing can go wrong. Because it's the person who denies the spiritual connection who is in the wrong. And there's just nothing that we can do about that. What I'm thinking is that no matter what side you're on, as the angel is saying here with her mudra, you will receive fulfillment of all your wishes. And the Spirit is going to be very charitable toward you. I hope you enjoyed it, Aqua, and if any of my Indian subscribers can help me out with the name of the mudra in the devil card, I'd most appreciate it. Thanks, guys.